guys, I'm letting you in on a secret. I have a surprise for Phil. He has no idea about. It is very difficult to keep things a secret when you live in about 300 square feet. So, we are between Boondockers Welcome. We just left the 5-day Boondockers Welcome we were at before. We're headed for a 2-day Boondockers Welcome that is about 15 minutes from Canton, Ohio. And all the sports fans will know what's in Canton, Ohio. It is the Football Hall of Fame, and it is definitely on Phil's bucket list. And he has no idea that's where we're going.
We made it to our next Boondockers Welcome spot here in Ohio. I don't know the town.
I don't know either. I don't know how to say it. Starts with the M.
Oh, Massillon or Massillon?
Sure, that's it.
Massillon, something like that.
Anyway, it is a beautiful piece of property. The host is super nice.
Yeah.
I feel like we're staying in luxury for the next 2 nights. It's gorgeous.
It is. And the funny thing is, they don't RV at all.
Nope, they thought about it, but opted not to.
Yeah, they just had the property, and they thought, yeah, this is a great way to meet people. And they'll come to his property, as he stated. So here we are.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous. As a matter of fact, they host wedding receptions in their barn, which was built in 1820s?
1820s-ish.
20s.
It's pretty sweet. And they just freshly painted everything red and white.
Yeah.
And Ruby looks great sitting over there next to the shed.
And the best part is it's a great location. It's right on our route to Pennsylvania. There's a grocery store 5 minutes away. And so tomorrow, I think we might venture out a little bit. And I think I'll take Phil to the Football Hall of Fame.
Bang! That just happened. Are we that close to Canton?
We're 18 minutes.
Oh, yes, we're going to the Hall of Fame.
So, a little surprise I had working for Phil.
I saw a sign for Canton, but I didn't know we were that close to it.
I was hoping he wouldn't see any signs. I missed it.
Yes. That is sweet.
I heard it was much better than the Baseball Hall of Fame. So
I'm sure it will be.
We will find out for sure tomorrow.
You've been planning this?
I have been planning this.
You sneaky.
I chose this place because of its location.
Sorry, folks. She's all mine. Sorry. Not Sharon.
So tomorrow we'll take you with us.
Sweet.
Yeah, I knew he'd be excited.
Now I got to be on my best behavior. Dang.
For a long time. He's going to owe me.
Yep. Dang. Okay, game on.
And it is my birthday coming up, not his
so,
too.
Where's my Bronco jerseys? Where did I move them to? I got to dig them all back out now.
They're in the box.
I know. I just moved them.
Yeah. See? The things you do for love.
Yes. Oh, that made my day.
Here we go. And 385. 385.
Tell you what, I've spent thousands of hours in locker rooms all over this country, but none of them feel as special as this.
All right, so how was it?
Outstanding. 2 thumbs up.
It was way better than the Baseball Hall of Fame, that is for sure.
Yeah, it was. This place exceeded all expectations. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. They used technology for their displays. I don't know. I just can't say enough nice things about it.
Yeah, it was really nice. And when you go in, they start you in the theater watching a quick video. And I'm telling you what, I was ready to come out of there and just tackle somebody, just hit somebody.
Oh, yeah. It was very motivating. It was the road to the Super Bowl. It was really good.
It was. I mean, and although they showed last year's Super Bowl highlights, I had seen the game, so I knew the outcome of the game, but I was still amped up watching it. I mean, I was that pumped to be in there. It was exciting.
It was good. They also had a locker room talk that was phenomenal. It was, what, a hologram?
It was a hologram, yeah.
They used a hologram. Was it Joe?
Namath.
Okay,
very good, very good.
Whatever. He was doing the talk in the locker room, and it was just the way they put it together was very inspirational. It was really it was worth every penny.
Yeah, it was. We got a lot out of this trip. You know, the just walking around and looking at the players once again that I've watched while, you know, growing up. And it was just, I don't know, it was, you got to do it. You got to come and do it, even if you're not a fan. There's just so many things.
I'm not a big football fan, but I enjoyed walking through this one.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know, it's hard to describe now. I mean, I just enjoyed every minute of it. We were probably in there, what time is it, 1?
Yeah.
We were in there, what, almost
a few hours.
3 hours almost?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well worth the trip.
Now the cost is $26 for adults, and yes, they offer a military discount.
Yep.
Phil was $21 to get in, and I was $23 to get in. They also, if you buy anything from their store, of course, we had to get T-shirts. I'm required apparently to wear a Bronco shirt every time they play a game. So
That's right.
military also get a discount in the store, and I think it might have been full 20%. It was probably 20% because they had the taxes back on. So I think it was 20%. So make sure you ask for your discount if you come here. If you're close to Canton, it's definitely worth detouring over here for.
Yeah, 100% agree. I didn't know I was coming, but I'm glad we came. So this was a great out of the way part of our trip.
Yeah. A lot of you guys are asking me, what do you cook? How do you cook? Do you cook different in the RV than you do when you had your sticks and bricks? Really, I don't cook that much different. I do think about what I'm cooking a little differently. Like now we are boondocking and we're at a Boondockers Welcome. So I don't really want to do anything that will heat up the rig because we don't really have AC unless the generator's on, and I'd like to prevent that. So I do think about that a little bit. So because of that, we are going to barbecue today. So I have made some chicken here. It's marinating in some balsamic and some olive oil and a couple of other things. So to go with that is going to be some other delicious items that's going to end up making a caprese salad. So right now we're going to throw the chicken on the grill, and I have some asparagus to also throw on the grill. So let's go do that. Let's just throw on the asparagus here. This is actually my favorite salad. And Phil actually likes it too, which is a miracle because he hates salad. He's much more of a meat and potatoes kind of guy. But since I'm trying to have us shed a few pounds, it's salad day. Oops, man down.
There's one for Diz.
All right, let's throw the chicken on as well. Now I usually, with this, I want the chicken to cook evenly, and I also want it to marinate well. So I usually pound the chicken down so they're all about the same thickness. It helps the your marinade to absorb better, and it also makes it a little more tender. All right, we'll let it cook. And here it is. It is all finished, and I am in love with this salad. So chicken, asparagus, mozzarella. You can use the prettier mozzarella balls, but they're out at the grocery store. Tomatoes, which were also marinated in the same marinade. Bacon, avocado, and of course the chicken. For me, this is good enough. It's wet enough salad for me because I don't like a real wet salad, but not for Phil. So he gets this awesome balsamic glaze, which is freaking delicious. So if you see this in the store, you got to get it and try it. You can put it on anything, pizza, vegetables. It makes everything delicious. So one thing I do recommend I was recommending this to people before we started RVing, is to plan leftovers. So for example, yesterday we made burgers on the grill. So I planned for lunch. So instead of just making 3 burgers, which is what we typically eat in a meal, 2 for Phil, 1 for me, I actually made 9 burgers. So that gave us last night's dinner, lunch for today, and it'll also give us lunch for tomorrow. We did the same thing with the bacon, although I think a few pieces have disappeared. So we made it for dinner tonight and breakfast for tomorrow morning. Instead of just making half the pack or 6 pieces, which is what it calls for, we made the whole pack. So we'll be all set for that. So here it is, tonight's dinner. I will do some more recipes as we go along and show you how we cook some things here and there. Cooking is not my favorite thing, so I won't do a ton of them, but I will throw some in here and there. If you want the recipe, I will put it up over on the blog so you guys can try this yourself.
For a salad, this is probably the best salad that Stacy has made for me. This is really good. The chicken and the marinade that she mixes, everything works. This is, I mean, it's mouth-watering once you start eating it. So, if you haven't asked for the recipe, why not?
So we are all finished up here, locked, loaded, ready to roll at our Boondockers Welcome, and we're headed now to a Harvest Host just inside of Pennsylvania.
Can't wait. Actually, I can't wait for what's after that, so we'll have hookups.
Well, it'll still be partial hookups, maybe just electric. It's going to be a state park after that, so.
For me, it's like rolling the dice every time we go somewhere. I never know what we're going to get into. She does all the planning and scheduling, so I still don't know. I just drive.
Just like he didn't know we were going to the Football Hall of Fame.
She's sneaky, that one. I think she does have a little ninja or something in her, because she's very, very sneaky.
It's Indian.
Okay, maybe.
Little Indian. I'm like 1/64th, 100, whatever. I have a drop, maybe, if I'm lucky.
All right, let's simmer down there, Pocahontas.
All right, so we're going to stop for fuel first, fill her up, and then we are headed to the Harvest Host. It's going to be an organic farm, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Glasses are on. Let's roll. So we pulled into our favorite diesel truck stop, the Pilot, Flying J. And the reason it's our favorite is because we have the RV Plus card, and it allows us to pay at the pump. The other really good thing about coming to the Pilot and using the RV Plus card is we save between anywhere between 8 and 12 cents. It just depends on where you're at. So that's another good thing about having the card. All right, the other thing about coming here is the DEF diesel exhaust fluid is on the driver's side. We've heard horror stories of DEF being on the opposite side, and people's tanks are vice versa. So this is very convenient.
I've been keeping track of our fuel expenses, our DEF, our tolls, everything on an app that someone told me about called Mileage Keeper. Technically, it's just to calculate your miles per gallon and keep track of your fuel, but I've actually set it up to where I'm calculating our propane, our DEF, our tolls, what we spend at Blue Beacon, all of that I have in here. So it's Mileage Keeper. It's an app. I don't know if it's on Android. I know for sure it is on for Apple, but it's been really handy for me. Now, if you're looking for other apps for RVing, if you go to our website, todayissunday.net, and go to the blog, there's an article up with a ton of RV apps that you can use. Check out, see if you like them. And I do want to give a shout out to Linda, who helped me comprise all of these apps. Check them out and see if some of them will help you on your RV journey. All right, we made it to our Harvest Host, and I'm really excited. As you can see, we just picked a bunch of fruits and vegetables for ourselves, and like I said, it's all organic. So as you can tell, my little plum tomatoes are actually little because they're not boosted full of all that crap. But I just washed everything off, and I think we got a great haul. All the vegetables, it was $10 for all of that. And then I got some smoked cheddar from the dairy farm down the road. He sells it here for him, and some organic andouille sausage. So no preservatives, antibiotics, anything. So I'm really excited. So all in all, it was $20 for everything, and I picked it myself. You know it is fresh when you pop these bad boys off the vine yourself. Next time you're thinking about staying at a farm, make sure you choose Harvest Host and you can stay overnight and pick your own goodies. We are packing it up, getting ready to leave this Harvest Host. It was a great place to stop. Their vegetables were amazing. I made the squash last night, sauteed it with a little butter, garlic, delicious. My only thing with this property is it's right by the road, and there were a lot of trucks driving by last night. So we had the windows open to keep it cool, and it was a little loud, but the host is super nice. The vegetables were amazing, but we are off today, headed to a state park. So as you may know, I've been comparing our Co-Pilot app with the Garmin 770 to try and figure out if there's one I like better. And what I've discovered is I like them both the same. They both have their own issues, and they both have things I really like about them. This last time when we were going to Harvest Host, which we're leaving right now, Co-Pilot gave us a fail, an epic fail. So it actually took us down a road that had a limit of 10 tons on it. Well, we are at least 13 tons, so luckily we were only on the road for about 0.2 miles, but still it should not have routed us that way. It also took us a crazy way. I mean, it was sharp turns. The road was very narrow. I mean, it was a little bit of a nail biter from the freeway to the harvest house we were going to. So today, before we left, I checked the routing. I routed us a different way, which was half the amount of time, and it was on regular, city paved roads, which was a totally different experience than the route in. So what I found with Copilot is if it can save 1 minute, or if it thinks it will save 1 minute on your route, it will have you do 30 turns to save that 1 minute. Where it seems the 770 is a little more logical, because in the end, if you're stopping at all those red lights and stop signs and you're turning your 35-foot rig, it's actually going to take you longer than if you just did 2 turns instead of the 15. So, epic fail for Copilot. And what really bothers me is I didn't even get a warning from Copilot that we were going to be on a road we shouldn't be on, whereas the 770 will give us a warning. It warns us for profane, if that needs to be shut off. It warns us if for bridges or roads that we're too big for. So I am going to go into Copilot and check my settings to see if there are alerts that I just have turned off. So I will continue to keep you posted on my analysis of the two together. Remember, the Copilot, I think, is $39 a year, and the Garmin, what the Garmin cost us? Do you remember? It was a couple $100. We got it at Best Buy. I don't remember the exact price. I want to say it was like $250 or something. But so you just have to decide which one you want to shell out the money for and which one you think would be best in your application. And I'm going to keep talking, so you have to hold it as long as possible.
Not happening.